going on, guys? Back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. First and foremost, there'll be some changes coming to my channel. I'm going to basically be changing up a little bit here. Anybody that's been subscribed or has viewed any of my videos, you know that I've been featuring my S550 Mustang, purchased new in 2017, and pretty much from day one started modifying. But I kind of want to change the channel up a little bit and kind of open up to new subscribers and generate a little bit more content. I have a love for all cars. My love actually started in 1997 with the Honda scene. I've had a few different Hondas over the years, and the one that I'm going to be featuring today is the one that I've had the longest. I've owned it for nearly 20 years, if not 20 years. I'd have to do the calculation, but it's a 1998 Acura Integra GSR. Got a K24 swap. It's built, and I'd like to put that on the channel as well, along with other automotive content. I got some things in the work with the Acura and with the Mustang, so if anybody is interested in seeing what I got in store, please like, subscribe. So let's get into the video here. Again, it's my 98 Acura Integra. As you can see from the license plate, it's K24 powered. The most recent modification I've done to this car was the Integra Type R spoiler. Just had this done a few weeks ago. Had the deck lid redone, resprayed. I had the holes filled in at the body shop, and I had them respray the spoiler. It was the JDM Type R that I got from one of the importers up in Maryland, and I just had that again put on a couple weeks ago. But as you can see from the exterior, it's pretty much stock, other than the wheels and again the spoiler. But I'm running a set of Works CR Kai 16x7 wheels. I actually just installed, not that long ago, some Federal 595 RSR tires in a 205/45/16. Haven't really gotten to drive the car a whole heck of a lot, and really test out these tires and see how well they handle. But so far they seem pretty good. I know off the line grip is pretty good. I had a set of hand cooks on here prior to this that were pretty roached, and to say the least, traction was almost impossible in first, second, and a little bit of third. But now it seems to hook up a little bit better. It still break the tires, but it's definitely a lot more manageable. But yeah, it's got the original 20-year-old paint on it. I'm trying to hang on to it as long as I can. I've contemplated having it resprayed, but I don't know. Hopefully the video captures the overall quality of it. But it's in really good shape, in my opinion, especially for 20-year-old paint. So I've just recently did a clay bar on it, and I picked up one of those Chemical Guy swirl and scratch kits there. It comes with the buffer and the orbital polisher, and some pad lubricant and scratch and swirl remover. Basically a whole kit. I got the what is it, Torx 10FX. So I just actually did that yesterday. I went over the whole car, and came out pretty decent. I mean, it definitely made it pop a little bit more. You can see a lot more of the flake and stuff in it, and it's got that flamenco black pearl. For anybody that knows, it's got a little bit of a blue flake in there, and it definitely helped to pop that out a little bit. Car's not 100%. It's got some little blemishes here and there. I used to drive the car quite a bit. Now it's been pretty much garage kept. It's always been garage kept, I should say, but I mean, I would drive it a lot more. Now it primarily stays in the garage. especially since I got the Mustang. I haven't really put a lot of time into it, but this year I decided that I was going to get the car back on the road. It's been off the road for about 3 years, and I just did a new timing chain, tensioner guides, and timing chain. So, and then just did a couple other things. I said I put that spoiler on there. As far as the interior goes, pretty basic. Let me take the key out there so I don't hear that beeping. But yeah, you know, I'm always kind of believed in simple is more to an extent, you know, and especially with cars. You know, I like them simple and clean, and that it kind of says the same thing from the exterior to the interior. Very kind of stock looking. Other than you know, I got the Recaro, JDM Recaro Type R seats, front and rear. I don't know if you can see in there, but yeah, you know, pretty stock. Put the spoon wheel in there. I like that. A smaller diameter wheel. It's got a nice wide grip on it. It's real meaty. Feels good in your hands, and but yeah, pretty stock in here. I mean, heck, I still even got the, you know, the floor mats are still in darn near new condition. I've always had these. When I bought the car in 2000, these are the original aftermarket rubber floor mats that came with it. I always kept those in there, and if I take it to like a car show or something like that, or Cars and Coffee, I'll take those out, and I have nice minty floor mats in there. But yeah, you know, pretty stock, but comfortable. Very comfortable. The Recaros, I mean, I could drive for days with those. You know, they really hug you well, and they got good padding in there. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, for the exterior and the interior. Take a look at the engine bay. Again, it's K24 A2. Pretty much went from the long block up. I just added these not too long ago. These gas shocks, hood struts here, which seem to be all right. They do the job. Added some K-tune bits this past winter. Wanted to kind of dress it up a little bit. I had the valve cover powder coated over the winter as well. Yeah, you can see I put some K-tune bits on there. Pretty much everything else has been the same for the last couple of years. I was running a shorter intake a few years ago. I added it's basically a 3 to 3.5 inch transition. You can see down there it transitions to a 3.5, and then I've got a 6.5 inch velocity stack with a K&N filter on it. Running an RRC intake manifold, RSP cylinder head. I've got all the thank you very much. I've got all the basic valve train upgrades. I got eye-box springs, valve springs. I just recently did the retainers. I swapped out the titanium retainers for SuperTech titanium retainers for steel ones, more or less for preventative maintenance, and I'm hoping that maybe I'll get a little bit more longevity out of them. I had about maybe 15,000 on them steel retainers, or titanium retainers, excuse me, and they had a little bit of wear on them, something that you're probably not going to see unless you take them out. So I decided to take them out and do a visual inspection on them. I noticed they had a little bit of wear on them. They probably would have been all right, but I did, you know, I was already in there, had taken them out. I was like, you know what? Let's just put another set of retainers in. I opted for a set of steel retainers this time around, just because I've got steel springs, steel retainers. You know, I mean, it probably won't have any wear. It should be pretty much like having an OEM valve train, but just a little bit stiffer and compatible with my cams. Speaking of the cams, they are KME. KMEs. They're manufactured by IPS, Intrinsic Performance Solutions. They don't even exist anymore. This build has been done for quite some time now. So some of the parts, the manufacturers aren't even, the build has actually outlasted the manufacturers that the parts came from. But yeah, IPS KME cams. What else? Oh, SuperTech valves. Got the Eibach valve springs, and yeah, steel SuperTech retainers. As you can see, I got the Hasport mounts. I got a DTR long tube header. Transitions to a 3-inch header back exhaust. I got a Vibrant 18-inch resonator and Vibrant stealth muffler. It's all blacked out. I don't know if I captured that on the video, but yeah, put a nice and stealthy looking, no chrome back there. You know, I don't even know if that's captured on here, but it's kind of shadowed out a little bit. But yeah, Vibrant oval stealth muffler. What else? Oh, I just recently did as well over the winter. I did the a new battery. I got rid of the OEM battery. Picked up an Odyssey PC 680. It's about 16 pounds, and I put this Odyssey battery tray in there. Basically, I kind of modified the tray, the factory tray, a little bit, and then bolted the Odyssey tray to it. So this thing is nice and, you know, it's not going anywhere. It's in there pretty good. What else? Oh yeah, the long block, or the short block I should say. I got import builder rods, Waseco 12.5-to-1 pistons. I think that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Transmission is a Type S transmission with the 4.7 final drive and a Type R limited slip differential. You know, got the basic fuel system here. What is it? Trick flow regulator, gauge. Put all the braided lines and necessary AN fittings on there for the fuel system. But yeah, it's pretty you know, pretty simple. You know, I did put some new hardware on there, all anodized, or not anodized, but what is it? I don't know, chrome plated or nickel plated hardware. Oh, got the hybrid, what is it, 74 millimeter throttle body, K-tune throttle position sensor, and I think that's pretty much it for the engine bay. So let's do a little startup, and we'll take it for a cruise. Roll the windows down for a minute. Hopefully the audio is not too washed out from the wind. It's a little toasty today. I don't have air conditioning in this car. I deleted that when I did the swap, along with ABS and cruise control and pretty much all the stuff that I don't really need or want. And also helped to clean up the engine bay a bit. station real quick. Put a little fuel in this thing. I'm running a bit low. Don't need to make an extended version of this video where I'm getting towed back to my house. I gotta get this thing up in the air too. I got a little bit of a squeaking from the front brake area. Not sure if it's just the pads just being noisy, or if I actually am getting down there in the wear and it's starting to hit those little squealers. But it's got Hawk HPS pads on it on the front. They've always kind of been known to produce a little extra dust and be noisy at times, so I don't know if it's just a compound of the pad that's being noisy, or, you know, causing the noise, or what. Give me 1 second here. Roll the windows up here. Not get too much road noise. Do a quick run around the way here, take some back roads, do a little loop around, come back and end up this video. We'll do some pulls out here. Got some nice little straightaways. Pretty good. I got some new coilovers that'll be coming here momentarily. They're actually on their way. I'll be doing a video on those. Been running the same suspension components for quite some time now. Got Tokiko 5-way adjustable shocks and some new speed springs. Lowering springs at a 2-inch drop. It's done pretty well for me. You know, the car definitely handles pretty good. I can tell though that it's starting to get a little rough in the over certain areas of the road. You know, where it's a little bumpy, or some really heavy imperfections, little dips and dives. It's a little abrasive now, whereas before it wasn't so much. So I've decided to try and upgrade those shocks and springs to something a little bit better, hopefully anyways. We'll get them installed and see see how that works out. But the car handles pretty good. I tracked it at Lime Rock in upstate New York a few years ago, and it did pretty well. You know, no complaints, but I'm sure there's always room for improvement. You know, this is a daily, not a daily driver, but a car that street car, you know, street driven. So I don't track it often, but when I do, it'd like, you know, it'd be nice to have something that performs well. And this stuff's getting a little old in its day. Gotta love the K24 torque, man. I'll tell you what. Shoot. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever go back to a B series. Not in this car, anyways, man. K24 is where it's at. Makes really nice mid-range power. I'm about 202 foot-pounds of torque at somewhere around 5,000 RPMs. Made 266 to the wheels on 95 octane, or 93 octane, just pump gas. Yeah, it's real simple, but highly effective and certainly fun to drive. Twisties out here in the back roads. I try to have fun, but I try to be respectful when I'm, you know, near residents and stuff like that. Those couple bursts, there were nice straightaways. There was nobody around. You know, I know what it's like. I live on a, you know, near a road and stuff like that. I don't like people ripping by my house, so. But that's that's pretty much it right there. K24 action in the Integra. Yeah, as I was saying before, though, I like the I like the Kswap in the in this car. It's a little bit heavier of a chassis. So it definitely helps to get things moving a little bit, but I would like to maybe someday down the road get like a little Civic hatch or something like that, and do maybe a real simple turbo build or something like that. But you know, for me, you know, for the most part, you know, all motors, you know, for front wheel drive cars, that's kind of where it's at, especially for a street car. I don't want to drive on you know, a drag radial or a slick or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like, this thing has, actually with these new tires on there, the traction is much better, but you know, if you don't have the right set of tires on this thing, you might as well forget first and second gear. They're pretty much, you don't actually start getting traction until about third gear. So it's just, you know, it's already a problem, you know, with that, you know, with the amount of torque that it's putting out. I can't imagine, you know, a turbo setup with more torque to the wheels. You know, it's just, at some point it just becomes not very streetable. Like again, unless you're running a slick or something like that. But I just want to run a street tire. Again, for me, simple is more. And this setup works. It's really fun to drive, and it rips. Slow it down. But yeah, like I say, I'd like to do a turbo build, you know, at some point. But hey, share the road, bud. Yeah, for the Integra, this is it's good fun. I've had this thing set up like this for quite some time, and I have done a couple of little modifications to try and improve the output of the engine and the basic build, you know. But for the most part, you know, the long block has pretty much stayed the same for a while now. And I got no complaints. It does what I want it to do, and it's reliable. So, but that's pretty much it. This is the my Acura Integra Kswap. Hope you enjoyed the video. Follow me, like, subscribe. Check out my Instagram. What is it? Mick_76. 70 is spelled out, and the number 6. And follow me on there as well. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more content. Again, I'll still have some stuff on the S550. I got some things in the work for that, and I got some stuff in the works for the Integra as well. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.